ANC has retained most of the wards in KwaZulu-Natal, but it has lost ground to the IFP, which has seen growth. Our senior reporter Dasen Thathiah joining us live from Durban. So how's it looking there? What's the latest number showing you, Dasen?
Well, that's exactly what I was looking at now, Shahan. And these pieces of paper have become so important because, as the IEC has been telling me, this is updated in real time. So we've been trying to get as many copies of this information as we can get to keep up with it. But at the last check, we were just over 98% completed. So everything seems to be on track, as we understand it, for that announcement tomorrow. You spoke about the ANC. We also had the opportunity to engage with the party earlier. They are now starting that process of introspecting, which they've been talking about for a while, largely because they didn't do as well as they had expected. But the most surprising part about that is that they seem to know that this was going to happen because of all of the issues in the party. But we'll continue that conversation in a bit. Right now, I've got the IEC's Ms. Ntomufuthi Masinga with me once again. I know that I was mentioning these numbers, 98.7% completed. But when we were talking to the political parties earlier, they were a bit upset that eThekwini was taking this long to be completed. What's going on there?
eThekwini has done pretty well. They have the highest number of result slips that they needed to capture, a total of 1,760, if I'm not mistaken, and they are only left with 10. And the 10 that are left, they would have finished them if it wasn't because of the technical errors on the result slips. And in some cases, meaning that they needed to go back to the diary that we keep at a voting station to verify that the results that were transferred from the diary into the result slips were correct. If there's something that doesn't add up on the results, particularly where we had voting centers where you need to produce a result per substation at the voting center. When the presiding officers were collapsing all those results together, there were a lot of errors. So sometimes you need to go back to the diary that was at the voting station to say, in this substation, how many did we have? So the remaining results now in the metro, only 10. Just 10. And those are the ones where there are things that are not adding up and they are having to go and verify from other supporting evidence that came from a voting station. So for me, eThekwini did very well. If you imagine that their results only started coming in yesterday morning, and they've been capturing the whole day. They were interrupted by load shedding, the night shift.
That was the other problem.
Yes.
Staff had to go home because of the load shedding, isn't it?
Unfortunately, they had to go home at 10 p.m. yesterday because even though there is a backup generator at the Moses Mapira Stadium, is good for lighting mainly. I don't think it was designed to carry the load of the infrastructure that we use to capture and verify results. So because of that, they didn't have the night shift. If you look at now, they are sitting at 10. If they had worked the night shift, they would have finished by the morning.
As I mentioned, these numbers are moving so quickly, but the last time I counted, just about half of these municipalities had been finalized. Has that changed?
It's actually more than half. Because what we are doing now, the key thing is to have all the exceptions cleared, is also to have the auditing done. The scanning of the result slip, whilst important, that's just the paper trail that we need in the system. It doesn't stop us from finalizing a result. So you will see now that we are focusing on capturing. In terms of capturing, is the 3 municipalities that are still a bit of a problem. You've got Umtobatuba with 35 result slips still to capture. You've got Okahlamba municipality with 38, and the biggest one is Umsunduze with 60. 60 translates to 60 divided by 3. That's the number of voting stations, because we have 3 result slips per voting station. So they haven't done badly, but Pietermaritzburg was hardest hit with the system downtime.
Well, so as it stands, though, you say to me that by 11 o'clock tomorrow we should be here and listening to the final results.
Absolutely. Political parties have started celebrating. The reason is that they don't have to wait for the verification. They read from the same system as us, but we exercise caution. We want the auditors to verify before we can release. They have gone out and released, but it's the same results that will probably be releasing tomorrow as well. But we're just exercising caution.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Masinga. And that's true. I mean, we did see that even the Democratic Alliance was recently celebrating its victory in the Umgeni municipality. So, as Mrs. Masinga is telling us, Shahan, we should have everything on track by 11 o'clock tomorrow, and that's when, I guess, the real celebrations can begin.
Yeah, all right. It's, of course, going to be a bittersweet celebrations for some political parties, in particular the ANC, because they have lost ground there. The IFP, I think, is going to have lots of fun.